On behalf of the Polish state, Warsaw has taken over buildings on Kielecka Street that were illegally occupied by the Russian embassy. The Russian side refused to open the gate, thus officials decided to call in a locksmith. The capital city of Warsaw, which represents the state treasury, has taken possession through bailiff actions of the property at 45 Kielecka Street. It has thus fulfilled the ruling of the district court in Warsaw, which ordered the Russian Federation to hand over the property. There were 27 people living in the seized buildings, who voluntarily left the property and received assurances that all things belonging to them and constituting school equipment would be handed over to them by the city. We can't afford to allow another country to have properties without legal title, without any consequences on the territory of the Polish capital. These things are scandalous that it was only after 30 years that this was effectively enforced. The case was scandalously addressed on Twitter by former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. After a while, the social network decided that the post broke the rules and removed it. I don't see any point in maintaining diplomatic relations with Poland. This country for us should not exist, as long as there are absolute Russophobes in power, and Polish mercenaries are in Ukraine. The latter must be ruthlessly exterminated like stinking rats. Unfortunately, this is not the first time that former President Medvedev has spoken about Poland in an arrogant manner, in a way that is completely alien to the diplomatic world. This is rather indicative of his poor mental state. The issue of illegally occupied buildings by Russians was covered by Gazeta Polska back in the 1990s. Taking real estate away from Russians is a serious problem for them, as they shrink plans to conquer Poland from within. They can very easily take advantage of those advantages that come from penetrating the country from the inside, whether by agents or by these facilities. These facilities were supposed to replace the Russian bases, the ones the Russians withdrew from in 1990. It was precisely these facilities that were supposed to replace those bases. Moreover, they were in much more dangerous places than the Russian bases. The property at 45 Kielecka Street had belonged to Jan Kiepura since 1936. After the war, the communists took over the building under a Bierut decree. In 1953, the government of the People's Republic of Poland transferred the property free of charge for an indefinite loan to the Soviet embassy in Warsaw. In 2010, the city terminated the agreement with the Russian side, and as of 2011, it was pursuing legal action to reclaim the property.